everybody, welcome. This is the first year of the High Life. We spent all turkey season last year filming. We've filmed for years, but we really kind of got into it a lot more this past year. It was mainly just, we took some time off. We hadn't filmed as much, kind of just enjoyed the hunting aspect more of it, which we obviously do enjoy. We love the hunting part just as much as we do the filming, if not more. But this past year, we kind of challenged ourselves a little bit, not only to get better footage, but we also kind of kicked the ground blinds to the curb too. I think we hunted, maybe twice all year out of a ground blind. We've went back to sort of our traditional style, just hunting off the ground, kind of like we grew up. A lot tougher situation to kill these eastern turkeys around here, but we sure made it hard on them last year. I know that we had we probably had. If it wasn't our best season yet, we probably, it was up there. We killed some really nice birds, and had some good luck. I really think, me personally, on every time that I went hunting this past year, we got on some birds. I mean, I don't think I ever went a morning that we didn't at least hear something gobbling and get set up and try. We didn't kill every time, but we did quite a bit. So, like I said, welcome. This is the first year of the High Life. We kind of started out with turkey season as our first gig, and that carried over into deer season, and we plan to keep doing this year after year. So obviously where we're from, turkey hunting's a lot better in our area, so we spend a lot more time with our turkey hunting videos and stuff, just because we've got some killer places with some great turkey hunting. I mean, that's what we're best at and what we enjoy the most as a group. But I'm going to start off the first weekend of season this past year. We kind of split up. So Evan and Logan went to a totally different place. They went to the river farm, but I went with my dad. I usually try to go with my dad at least one of the opening days of the weekend, whether it be Saturday or Sunday. This year it just happened to be Saturday when we went, and first thing we did, we got out there, got set up. We kind of already had an idea of where we wanted to set up. Dad had been out listening, just kind of scouting, so we kind of had an idea of where we wanted to be, and just right off the bat, as soon as the birds started chirping, we really started hearing some gobblers, and then the woods just really came alive. I'd say we heard 8 to 10 different birds gobbling, somewhere in the vicinity of where we were hunting that morning. It was just one of those dream mornings that you want in turkey season, especially for an opening day. I mean, we've got birds hammering all around us, and we're just sure that it's going to happen. So the first thing we did was just started soft calling a little bit, and right off the bat we seen some turkeys fly down on the ridge down below us. Now, we were set up hunting a field, hoping that these turkeys would come up to that field and see our decoy set, but they actually had some different plans that morning. They had quite a few hens with them. The gobblers come down and had several hens. They did come out the ridge, probably 100 yards, if not more, and they cut the distance to about 60 yards, but they hung up in the edge of the woods. They just would not come out into the field where we were set up at. So we had some good action. I just didn't get a bird that morning. So fast forward to the next day, I just decided to go ahead and go with Dad again. I sent Evan and Logan back to the river, and instead of setting up at the field that morning, we got in there a little bit earlier and snuck down into where they were roosted the morning before, and lo and behold, they were there again. We had turkeys all around us. They were gobbling across the ridge, they were gobbling behind us down in the holler, and I mean, it was just one of them times you felt certain that something was going to happen. They were a lot closer, gobbling on the roost, and we were really in our honey hole spot. So, just a few minutes after it was light enough to see, we spotted a turkey in a tree that was just right over the ridge line, and I'm not sure if it was a hen or a jay. Couldn't really tell on the camera, and it was still pretty dark when we seen it, honestly. But after just a few minutes, we started hearing birds pitching down, and actually seen that bird pitch down. So once that started happening, I told Dad, I was like, be ready, because the way we were set up, these birds could pop up on the ridge any second, and they were still gobbling really well even after they hit the ground. But we spotted a gobbler come up on the ridge out to our left, we'd seen his fan come up first, and I mean, he was out of range. He was probably 60 yards or so, and through a bunch of little tree limbs and undergrowth and stuff like that. And he came up. We seen him gobbling several times and was focused on him. And Dad was set up with his gun facing this way. I had the camera facing this way, and then I just happened to think to tell Dad, I was like, make sure you keep an eye out to your right, because we set our decoys up to our right, but these turkeys had come up to our left. But I knew I'd heard several birds flying down, and I guess Dad caught something out of his peripheral vision, and he said there's a gobbler right at the decoy. So here we are focused in on this gobbler, and Dad, he always gets tore up in turkey season anyway, just afraid we're gonna get busted. And here we are with a gobbler 20 yards at our decoy set. So, we were kind of in sequence. So I took the camera and pulled it around as quick as I could, and Dad was coming around with his gun. And anybody that hunts with my dad knows as soon as he gets that bead set right on that head, he's gonna pull the trigger. So for a cameraman, that makes it really tough, because you have to get on the turkey. There is no asking him, or there is no telling him that you're ready, and there's no he doesn't ask you if you're on him or anything like that. So it's just a matter of you got to get the camera on it and hope you get lucky before he pulls the trigger. Get ready. He's up. Luckily, I was able to get around and get zoomed in on the gobbler right as he squeezed off on it. And I mean, this gobbler slams the ground like a sack of taters, man. And I would have bet $1 million that we had a dead bird. And I just kept filming. Dad, was kind of coming back to after the recoil, and this turkey somehow gets up. I mean, he hit the ground hard, got up on both legs, and I told Dad, I said, he's up, go, try another shot. But at that point, he had to just throw up his gun. He shot and scalped the ridge top. He blew leads all over the place. Honestly, I don't even think he got close to the turkey. But that turkey made it over the ridge, and we ran up there as quick as we could. As soon as I stood up, one of my legs was asleep, so I slammed back down on the ground and basically had to use the tripod as a crutch to get myself up to the top of the ridge. But by the time I got up there, Dad said, he's seen the turkey down across, the other side of the hill, and it's a very, very steep hill on the other side. But he said he actually saw it get up on its feet and go running. But we kind of just did a body search for a good hour and a half. We found exactly where he went down the hill, found tons of feathers. I told Dad, I said, if that's not a dead turkey, it's a bald turkey, because there was not a feather left. From what I can tell, I was finding tail feathers, wing feathers, breast feathers. I was just finding everything you could find. But unfortunately, it was just one of the times that we didn't come out of there with a bird that day. I'm sure it was a dead bird the way that he hit the ground. We even went back and watched the footage. It looked like a perfect shot. It was just one of those times when he had just enough life to get away from us. And if you're hunting, that's going to happen, especially turkey hunting. I don't know how many times in that exact spot that it's happened to us. I mean, it's just one of those places that if you don't get on him quick after you shoot him, there's a chance he can get away if he's got enough life in him. And we've had a lot of people tell us, how come you get on them so quick? Because that's always been us. Even when we were hunting out of ground blinds, our first instinct was to flip that blind and just, run up and get on that turkey as quick as we could, just because we've lost them before. But fortunately, we've got some places where we don't have to worry about that as much. It's a lot more flat ground, and the river farm where these guys went is one of those places. If you make a good shot on a bird there, you're probably going to be able to get on it pretty quickly. I won't say every time, but there's a pretty good chance of it. But thank y'all for watching. This was the first episode. I hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll be coming at you with some more episodes, and we're amped up to get into turkey season this year. It's February now. We're hoping to get some things edited on into March, and maybe on into April as well. So hopefully we can put out some stuff for you guys and get you as amped up as we are, because we're just chomping at the bit to start getting after them. And we say it every year, but we're always ready to hear that first gobble. But that's basically it for this time, and I'll let Evan Loeb kind of give you all the rundown of how their weekend went next time.